Hey there, my not so many but awesome viewers. Welcome back to the 4th episode of our IELTS Speaking Sample Series. And once again, wow, do we have to do this all the time? Well, I'm your host, Viet, by the way. Last time, we have talked about an exciting animal that you have seen. If you haven't watched that episode, feel free to go back to see it by clicking the box over here. And this is our topic for today. Describe a product you bought that you were or are happy with. Let's look at the hint that the topic gave us, shall we? Okay, so our third hint is what you bought. Well, as always, I would tell you to put that into your introduction and only use 1 or 2 sentences to talk about it. Okay? And yeah, that's all. You know, every time we encounter these type of questions, I would still say the same. So, I'm sorry, nothing much I could do. Next, we've got how you bought it. As you're talking about something that you bought, the examiner will probably want to know how you acquired it. If you bought the stuff with your own money, then be sure to tell the examiner what did you do to acquire the money for buying that stuff, or how long have you been saving to buy that stuff. You got that? On the other hand, if the money that you used to buy the stuff is not yours, well, in this case, mostly it's from your parent, right? So be sure to tell the examiner how you talked your parents into buying that for you, okay? The third hint we have is why you bought it. So it's also a straightforward question, and personally, I think this should belong to the introduction part, but well, it's up to you whether to put it, okay? And last we have explain why you're happy with the stuff that you bought. Well, I mean, you probably know more about yourself than I do, so you would do a better job than explaining why you're happy with the stuff that you bought than me, right? But if you don't know what to say, you can always say that this stuff is just the right thing for you and it made your life more fulfilled. Well, it sounds kind of vague, but it worked. Alright, that was the end of the hint section. Now let's move on to the vocabulary section to see what I have for you in store today, eh? Okay, so the first thing that we're going to learn today is the phrase done for, which can be directly translated into the end. This phrase can have a lot of meanings depending on what or who you are using it with. For example, if you are using it with a human, then probably you are saying either that person is dying or there's no hope for that person. But if you use this phrase with a non-living thing like a pair of shoes or a businessman, it means that thing is failing. So for example, this series could be done for without your help, so please like and subscribe if you like this video, okay? Next, we've got the word oblivion, which some of you might be more familiar with its adjective form, oblivious, which means having no concern about what is happening around oneself. And we have some synonyms of this word, for example, indifferent, unaware, and in some informal way, clueless. Our next candidate, the suffix wise is the versatile one. Apart from some of its fixed expression where it's used as following the direction of something, like in the word clockwise or anti-clockwise, and some of the function words that you probably use a lot already, like likewise and otherwise, the suffix wise can also be added to a huge amount of words in the sense of referring to or speaking of. Well, kind of like regarding to, if that's too hard for you to digest. The last phrase we're going to look at today is big plus. Well, normally we see plus as a sign in math for adding things up, but plus can also mean positive. So a big plus, I use that in my own sample, you can see it later. It means something largely positive. Well, and it can also be understood as a literal big cross. Alright, so I've just bought my new laptop quite recently, about 8 months ago, and so the thing was, by the end of last year, I've realised that my own laptop was quite, well, old at that time. I've had it for 7 years, so it's totally understandable that it would wear out after such a long time of using. That's why I've decided that it was the right time to get a new laptop, and it took me 2 months to save up the money for the laptop, and at that time I hadn't decided on what to buy yet. And because I'm a really careful person when it comes to buying new stuff, especially electronic stuff, because you know what, I didn't really want to waste my money. So I spent hours on reading reviews and recommendations before deciding on one. And to tell you this, it was a really tough choice. In the end, I just wanted to make sure that my purchase wouldn't come back to haunt me later. And as it turned out, this laptop is just the right thing for me, specification-wise and cost-wise. To be honest, it's a huge bargain for its configurations, which is top-notch at that time. So yeah, and one big plus is that it's only weighed 2 kilograms, which is 3 times less than my old one. So I wouldn't break a sweat carrying it around this time. Yeah, definitely a big plus. Until now, I haven't regretted buying this machine, as it not only made my life easier in so many ways. This laptop is also one of the first things I bought with my own income. And you know what? It feels really good being able to buy yourself something with your own hard work.
Okay, so that's it for today's episode. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you find this episode useful to you in any way. And once again, see you next time.